My name is Andrew Hao. I'm from class Z2C and my index number is 6. I'm conducting an interview with my grandfather, Hao Yim Su, for my oral history project. Good afternoon, grandfather. So how was the Japanese occupation like, for you, and how was life?
You are all very keen and interested in the life of Singaporean during the Japanese occupation.
Yes, it's for my interview and oral history.
Yeah. Now that I'm almost 80, those live longer than me, those older than me by 10 or 20 years, most of them already no more here. Why I say that? Most of them were executed because youth, especially Chinese, they put all onto the lorry and then send them to Changi. Then they reach there and they fire them, and then the body fall onto and they bury them. There are many of them. I believe 2,000. That's why a memory, what we call our memory statue was erected at this near the Esplanade there to memorize them. Every year you can see those relatives actually go there and pray, and they feel very sad about that. Almost every year they have been elected. I don't know in what year, maybe 1960s, until now. So let me begin. Why this happened? During the Japanese occupation, the Japanese conquered Singapore in about 1941, when I was still very young, about 3 years old. So I was spared of the massacres because I'm too young for them to threaten them. Those at the age, during the time at the age of 15 and above, until 40 or 50, almost of them were interviewed and then put them up to the lorry and then they finished them. But I was very fortunate. So those remaining young guys and those escaped unhurt, we have a very bad time, very miserable life during that 3 to 4 years period, during the occupations in Singapore, especially Chinese. The Malay and the Indian were spared because it's not a threat to them, but except the Chinese. Because at the time we formed a group called the Communists and fight against the Japanese. So they see only Chinese only from Malaysia until Singapore. They're all the way. Because we have resistance, all are Chinese resistance. So the life and they are putting in during this period of occupation also, because we have learned how to behave. We have learned not to steal, cannot steal. Once you steal, caught steal, you were tortured to death.
And also, I think you have learned that you cannot just rely on the British for assistance, and also because the British can be incapable sometimes, you guys have to learn how to govern yourself.
Yes, the British at first, at the beginning, assured the what they call the resistance groups that reinforcement will come to their help, but instead it was very disappointed. Instead they retreat. They went back to the workshop and then they left us all alone. So what remains is the Chinese and the Australian soldier and New Zealand soldier. All together we suffer. Most of the most of the Australian and New Zealand, the whites so-called, they were prisoners of war. They have been tortured in there. Then there are witnesses that what they call, even today they have a church there at Changi, near the Changi prison there. So they have erected one church duplicated in Australia. See? And that was a very miserable life then. What happened during the time, our thought of nothing else except how to survive. That means we fill our stomach. More food was that. We get the root, we get the sweet potato and the tapioca and some rice and the mee. The mee is full of those, don't know what oil is that together. And the rice not enough, so we supplement with tapioca, cooked together with the rice as a stable food. That's how we survive. And of course, a lot of those who live near the river, they depend on the seafood supply there. That's how we survive.
Thank you for your time, grandfather. And now that the interview has come to a conclusion, we have knew that the Japanese occupation was a time of hardship and suffering for many people in Singapore, including the Chinese, Malays, Indians, and Eurasians.